Hi, I'm Lena from Lena's Healing Haven, and today, to continue the chakra series, we are going to be covering the third eye chakra. So the third eye chakra is right here, in between your eyebrows, okay? And okay, so the third eye chakra has got to do with intuition, as most of you would know. But my guides tell me that there are exactly seven very specific functions for the third eye chakra that is part of this whole intuition puzzle. Okay, so the first function is that the third eye chakra actually allows you to read minds. So some of you with very open third eye chakras will already experience this. Like even before someone close to you say something, you have already guessed what the person is going to say, or even when the person is not saying anything, you somehow can guess what he or she is thinking and feeling. So that's actually because of the third eye chakras functioning very well. Okay. The second is that you can actually empathize very well. So this has got to do with the reading of minds, but it's also got to do with the feeling segment. So reading of mind is got more has more to do with thoughts, whereas the second one has more to do with actually knowing how they are feeling. Yeah. The second is that you can actually predict the future. And the fourth is that you are able to analyze the past on a higher level. So if anything traumatic or very upsetting has happened to you before, instead of seeing it on a mundane level where you feel like the victim and you're unable to garner any insights, any positive thoughts from it, when you're actually using your third eye chakra and you focus on the same event from the past, somehow you'll be able to receive certain information and insights that help you to not only make sense of it, but to actually feel very reassured and grateful for it as well. Okay, all right. So the fifth function is that it helps you to read people very well. So you're able to discern who can be trusted and who can't, who you can work well with and whom you will have a lot of conflict with, and others. So it's obviously very useful for those of you who need to work with a team of people. So this ability helps you to choose whom to work more closely with. Okay. The sixth function is that it helps you to live your life in the most appropriate way. For example, you will intuitively know what foods are good for you on a specific day, or what kind of environment should you be working in or living in. What kind of friends should you surround yourself with, or even what clothes should you be wearing on that day, so as to benefit from the colors of the clothing. So all of these decisions can be made through logic as well, but sometimes logic is very much limited by our own prejudices as well as our own history, which is not um, completely attuned with reality. So making decisions based on your intuition instead helps you to tap into a larger force that is completely truthful and um, magical as well. So it's basically having the ability to invite magic into your life so that your path becomes smoother and more exciting as well as more fulfilling. Okay. And the last function of the third eye would be for you to connect to the divine. So as someone who works very closely with the divine, like I speak to the spirit guides all the time, my third eye is actually very well used. It's pretty much like having an open phone connection to the divine, where you can call upon them for advice and solutions and help, as well as blessings anytime you want. Okay, so these are the 7 functions of the third eye, and it's pretty much like having all these superpowers that can help you to turn your life around into a life which is completely meaningful and magical and exciting. And it's great for all aspects of your life, including relationships, health, and abundance. So, for those of you who are not in touch with any of the superpowers that's been described so far, this video would definitely be very useful for you to work on healing your third eye so that you can literally, have superpowers in your life. Yeah. All right. So how do we heal the third eye? Okay. The guides actually give only one method. Okay. So obviously this is not the only method in the world that will help, but they say this is actually the most effective and also the simplest. All right. So it involves 3 steps to be done simultaneously. So the first step is to tap lightly on your third eye, okay, 7 times. The second step is to chant Om Shanti Om with each tap, okay? Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, yeah? All right, so also 7 times. And the third step would be to visualize um, indigo light shining into your third eye from the divine. So indigo is basically the color of the third eye when it's functioning at the most optimal level. So with these 3 steps combined, it completely clears all the blockages in your third eye, as well as bring in healing energies that will purify and also elevate the energies in your third eye chakra. Okay, so basically it will look like this. Om Shanti Om, 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 Om Shanti Om. Okay, while visualizing indigo light shining into your third eye. So how often should you do this? It really differs from individual to individual. So I would like you to actually just check in with yourself by asking how many times should you repeat this exercise, to set the intention for you to receive this answer from your higher self. Okay, so even for those of you who have not used your intuition very often, or actually do have a blocked third eye, by setting intention for you to receive an answer from your higher self, it will somehow just push a clearing into your connection with your higher self, so that you can receive an answer that doesn't come from yourself but from the divine as well. So ask yourself, how many times should you do the exercise as described just now, and take the first number. Okay, and this number will represent the number of times to be doing this in one day. So the second question is, how many days should I be doing this? And take the first number that comes up as well. So you'll be doing this exercise X number of days, X number of times in a day for X number of days. Okay. If you are completely out of touch with your intuition and you are someone who doubt intuitive messages a lot, then you can also skip the exercise, and just stick to a default number of 7 times a day for 1 month. Okay, so they say the guides say that this would pretty much cover almost everyone. So if you are not sure of whether the numbers you got just now is accurate or not, then you can stick to 7 times a day for 1 month. Okay, and it would pretty much be able to clear the blockages in the third eye chakra, no matter how severe it is. Okay, yeah. So we're going to move on now to the sound healing segment. So I'd like you to close your eyes and to relax, and to just set the intention for your third eye chakra to receive all the healing energies that it requires at this moment. Alright, so take one deep breath. Alright, so for this particular sound healing audio, you will need to listen to it 5 times in one sitting for 6 days in total. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so the last part of this video is something special which has not been done for previous chakra videos at all. And this is also the part which um, made the guides tell me in advance that this is going to be an exciting video. So they want to actually explain what happens when your third eye chakra is fully healed. Okay, so aside from gaining the 7 superpowers that has been mentioned just now, you actually literally becomes a superhuman as well. So they want to explain exactly what they mean by superhuman. Okay, so they're actually talking in terms of DNA. So alright, so they say there are actually 28 strands of DNA that everybody has, but lies dormant since birth, because these 28 strands of DNA are a gift from the divine that are meant to bring the person towards a higher purpose, as well as achieve enormous power on earth. But this is a power that can be abused if a person is not enlightened enough and is very attached to the ego. So when the third eye chakra is completely open, it allows the person to liberate themselves from the ego very easily, and this then gives permission for these 28 strands of DNA to be activated. Okay, just so you know, even though DNA work is very popular in the New Age field, I am completely not into it at all. So this is not something which I've read or heard about, because I don't go and read about it or learn about it from people. This is completely from the divine. Okay, so they want to explain what these 28 strands of DNA actually do. The first thing it does is that it rewires your brain so that you no longer think like a normal human. So normal humans usually perceive the world in terms of I, me, and myself. So when something happens, the first thing will be, how will it affect me? Or how should I be feeling about it? Or why is this happening to me? Okay, so it's always about me, me, and me. So once the 28 strands of DNA are activated, you actually lose this strong sense of self, and you start perceiving it in a way that God would. So you actually start to see the connections inside this whatever event has happened, and how it actually affects um, each party involved, and you will see it with such acute um, perception that you will be able to zoom in to the exact reason why the event happened, as well as the exact solution for it. So it effectively makes you become an expert in almost anything because of the acute sense of discernment. Okay, so that's one way that having these 28 strands of DNA activated will actually affect you in terms of the perception towards the world and the ability to make connections and come up with solutions. The second is that it's going to also shift your body so that you actually start to age in the reverse direction. Okay, the guides say that for most people, the optimal body age is actually 28. Yeah, and actually that is my body age. So I've had people telling me that I actually look younger today as compared to a few years ago. Oh, and I'm 34 this year. Yeah. So, well, I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I have people telling me that I look a bit older, but I've had close friends who are very intuitive themselves tell me that I actually look younger. Okay, so that's a big bonus. No need for anti-aging creams or supplements. Just open up your third eye chakra. Okay. Yeah. And the other part about health is that it balances all the major systems of your body so that your health actually improves, and it starts to run like a well-oiled machine. So for those of you who have existing health conditions, the body will start to repair itself at a higher speed and also with greater efficiency. So over time, you will definitely actually experience your health improving. And they are saying that for about 60% of the population, having your third eye chakra fully healed and all the 28 strands of DNA completely activated, within 6 months, you will have your health return to its optimal condition. Okay, regardless of your health condition, for this 60%. For the remaining 40%, there may be other factors like karma, life circumstances that prevent them from living a relatively balanced life and others. So for this 40%, it may take longer, up to 2 years. So 2 years is the maximum. And so you know that whether or not you belong to the 60% or the 40%, your health will improve within 6 months to 2 years. Okay. So these are the three main ways that having these 28 strands of DNA activated will affect you. And yeah, so this video is actually all about becoming a superhuman, okay, which is unexpected even to me. So give it a try. After all, the method they suggested for clearing the third eye chakra is pretty simple and easy to apply. So just give it a shot and message me if you have any questions. And I guess in 2 years' time, you can let me know whether you feel younger and whether life has been very smooth since you actually applied the method in this video. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to end off for here. The next video will be the last in the chakra series, and we'll be touching on the crown chakra, where you um, can open up your connection with the divine so that you will constantly be able to receive the guidance 24/7 on a conscious level. Okay, so so I guess that's it for now. I'll see you soon. Have a good day ahead. Bye.